Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Ayamu, super. She. Ekason, Baoni to everybody. How is everybody today? I am Chris Awobemiga Toussaint. For those who do not know me, I am the one son of Lennox Toussaint, the eldest nephew of Clyde Toussaint. Simbo. Simbo. Ogun Simbo. I would like to welcome you all here today. For those, I know some people came looking for Lennox. He's not in the best of health at the moment, so we have quarantined him and tell him to stay in the bed. So, because this, it is hard enough on him as the lone surviving brother. So, if he's not in the best of health, we didn't want to put him through the challenges. All right, and as I have learned, it is customary that when your younger brother die, you are not present at the funeral. So, although not planned, it is the way it should be. So, we would at this time welcome Miss Kwanzaa Toussaint, huh? To give the welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our family, I want to warmly welcome each of you and thank you for being here today as we gather to honor and celebrate the life of our beloved father, Clyde Eroster Toussaint. Your presence means much to us. It is a reflection of the love, respect, and deep connections he built throughout his life. Whether you knew him as a family, a friend, a mentor, as a fellow traveler on a spiritual path, you were part of his journey. And today you are part of his legacy. We come together not only to mourn his passing, but to share in the joy of remembering who he was. A strong, nurturing father. A faithful servant of Orisha. A man of deep culture, pride, wisdom, laughter, and generosity. As we move through this service, we invite you to reflect, to feel, and to celebrate, and to honor him in your own way. May today be a day of remembrance, of love and peace, and thank you again for being here.
Ekason again. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. My names are Olatunji Muyiwa Shomorin. Today I am here in so many capacity, but primarily I am here of the leader of the officiating team performing the transitional rites for Ifamuregun Olasimbo, who many of you know as Clyde Eroster Toussaint. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming. I want to specifically, for and on behalf of my immediate family, Toussaint Institute, and the officiating team, to congratulate the children of Ifamoregun Clyde. I choose to use the word congratulations based on the tradition and the culture that Clyde believes and practices, that we all know him to be. You know, nobody wants his or her loving father to transit. But we use the word congratulations because it could have been the other way. And we are happy it's not the other way. So for a daughter, for a son or grandchildren that surpasses their father, congratulations is appropriate in this tradition. I also want to take the time to explain to so many of us who, yes, we may know him as an Advent believer and practice of Ifa Orisha tradition, but quite a number of us may be wondering, what are they doing? What does he believe in? What is that like? So why this is not the time to do that, but we have to explain some of what we are going to do, what we have done, and what it means. Hence, please take your time, listen to me with a very open mind. And although I may not be able to answer your questions and comments, but we can do that at another level if you have. Today is the continuation of the transitional rites. In Ifa Orisha tradition that Famoregun Olasimbo Clyde practices and believes in, we don't believe in death. Death is not a word in our dictionary. We believe that life is continuous and a cycle. Transition may be more appropriate because what many people refer to as death is like leaving a room to go into another room, where those in the former room you were in are not able to recognize you or realize you again. So what Baba Olasimbo Famoregun Clyde has done is movement to another energy level. And we at this energy level where some of us, many of us may not be able to realize him unless we do something to be able to go to that energy level, which many of us does not want to do now. So essentially, just like when a child is born, we are all happy, we are joyous, we congratulate ourselves. Today, somebody has been lost and we are doing the final rites. So when a child is born, it takes a whole 9 months or thereabout for the soul to actually manifest here as a baby boy or girl, grandchild, or whatever you choose to call the baby. It also takes some time. It's no rocket science for you to agree with me that it takes a while for the soul that have left to reach wherever they are traveling to. So in this tradition, we believe that when we were born, we were taken care of by father, mother, parents, guardian, and the community, because at that time we are helpless. At the same time, when people transited, the transited soul is also helpless on the other realm that he is going to. So because of that, quite a number of rites are going to be done. At the beginning, as soon as transition is announced, we start by doing what is called Adawole. Adawole is one of the special rite of passages that is done when people transited. And essentially, without going into the details of what Adawole is, Adawole has a double-edged sword. It's like a double-edged sword. One is to take care of the transited soul, the journey that he, in this case, has started and embark upon, so that he travels safe and he travels well. And the other side of the double-edged axe is to take care of all that he will have left behind, from family, children, grandchildren, and members of his community. So that is essentially what Adawole is. And when the Odu for Adawole was brought down, the information has been shared with immediate family member. They know what to do, they know what to avoid, they know what to look out for. Adawole comes like a guide map that tells the family how well he is traveling. And I can tell you, Olasimbo, Ifamoregun Clyde, is well received by his ancestors. For me, I am using the life of Clyde as a prayer point. Let me use a word that many of us will be familiar with. As a prayer point, because I am far younger than the age that is traveled. And I want to celebrate centenary. So we know for somebody to live till this age, he has lived a good life. So yes, we can grieve because we still want him here. But there's no doubt about he living a full good life. There's no doubt about that. We all testify to that. So Adawale has been done. Instruction has been given. Transitional rites continues. We have done the first part of the transitional rites. We have also done some earlier, and we're going to continue here for the purpose of making the public to know what we are doing and what he believes in and what he practices. So we are doing all this based on what he believes and what he practices. Ifa Orisha as a way of life. View life like two sides. There are two realms of existence, what we call Orun and Aye. Orun means the spirit realm, and Aye means the material world. And these two markets, let me use that word, continuously transact business with each other without one gaining than the other or without one losing more than the other. As one is born in this realm when we are happy, that's a loss to them in the other realm. But as we lose one, as we have just lost Olasimbo, it's a plus to them in the other realm. So one of the things we are going to do is that we're going to let the public also know. We're going to invite the children at some point while all other programs are going, where we are going to perform some rites that the public will see and witness, and I will explain what that means. But I want to let you know that Olasimbo has lived a good life, is traveling safely and peacefully. And Ifa has assured that all is going to be well with all of us that he has left behind. From children, daughter and son, grandchildren, members of the community, where he belongs, he served, and he worked very well. So I am going to pause here now to call on the next, so that we'll go on the next form of the agenda of the program that we have in our hands. So thank you again and welcome. Yeah, the gentleman and the lady here is going to raise some invocation, which I'm going to explain, although he's going to say it in the esoteric language. But essentially what it means is a manifestation of the fact that everybody joined the vehicle at different time. And everybody will come off of the vehicle at their own time. So it is the son of Olasimbo, Clyde, that has set now. So, for Olubaku, go ahead. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ebute ire ọkọ mi re o, ọkọ mi wá o, ọkọ mi rí. Ebute ire ọkọ mi wá o, ọkọ mi rí. Ebute ire ọkọ mi re o, ọkọ mi wá o, ọkọ mi rí. Ebute ire ọwọ́ òsì rẹ̀, ọkọ mi wá o, ọkọ mi rí. Èbúté ire lọkọ mi rè o, ọkọ mi wá o, ọkọ mi rí. Èbúté ire lọkọ mi rè o. We demand that the Oko, that is the vehicle of Clyde, Ifamorigun Olasimbo, that is setting and traveling home, will travel safe. And we also demand and affirm that it is not yet time for our own Oko to travel and settle home now. We demand for more decades, more years for each and every one of us. Ashe. So now we can call on the person that will do the eulogy. Please, you are welcome. My apology. Apparently, I did not read well. So, after the conclusion of traditional rites, we have a performance by Hamina Charles. His eyes is on the sparrow. Please, Hamina Charles, please come forward. Thank you.
I gave my track to the people, to the Belgrove people, my music track. Could you let them know that I'm here to sing now so they can... Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just letting them know that I gave my track in before. Clyde and I were really, really close friends. So I hope this song, I don't know. One moment, please. Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. Oh, I sing because I'm happy. Yes, I sing because I'm free. For his eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Let not your heart be troubled. These tender words I hear, and resting on his goodness, I lose my doubts and my fears. Though by the path he leadeth, but one step I may see, his eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Oh, I sing because I'm happy. Yes, I sing because I'm free. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. He watches me. He watches me. He watches me. Thank you.
Now the eulogy will be given. The eulogy will be given by Nia Toussaint Adams, granddaughter. Good afternoon, everyone. As we gather here today, not just to mourn the loss of Clyde, Eroster, Toussaint, but to celebrate the remarkable life he lived. A life that touched so many with warmth, wisdom, and unwavering love. Clyde was more than just a grandfather. He was a father, a teacher, a storyteller, and a gentle guardian of our family's spirit and history. His presence was a steady rhythm in our lives, like a heartbeat that grounded us, guided us, and gave us strength. He was nurturing in a way that made you feel both safe and inspired, offering his time, his stories, and his laughter with an open heart. Clyde had a deep and abiding respect for history, not just the history written in books, but the living, breathing kind. The kind you pass down at kitchen tables, front porches, and in songs and poems, and even quiet conversations. He carried our family's legacy on his shoulders with pride and dignity. He reminded us of where we came from, of who we are, and how far we've come. Through him, we felt connected not only to our past, but also to a deeper purpose. He was a lover of cultural arts, music, dance, literature, and visual art. He believed that beauty had the power to heal and unite, to make sense of the joys and sorrows that life hands us. He often said that art was not a luxury, it was a necessity, a way to express the inexpressible. And through his encouragement, many of us found the courage to express ourselves. And of course, if you knew him, you knew he was always someone you can count on. He was dependable in a way that felt rare and precious. Whether you needed advice, a helping hand, or just someone to sit with in silence, Clyde showed up. No questions, no fanfare, just quiet strength and an unwavering sense of duty. He didn't do things to be recognized. He did them because he believed in being there for his people, for his family, for his community, the definition of a team player. He believed that no one should carry life's burdens alone, and he lived that belief daily. He supported others not just with words, but with pure action. To know Clyde was to know kindness. He listened with his full attention, made time for people that he loved, and never hesitated to lift someone up when they needed it. And oh, did he know how to make us laugh. Clyde always had a wonderful sense of humor, sharp, clever, sometimes a little mischievous, but always full of heart. He had a gift for reading the room, for breaking tension with a perfectly timed joke, or knowing a smile. His laughter was infectious, the kind that made you laugh even harder just hearing it. He could find joy in the everyday, humor in the hard times, and a silver lining in just about anything. His laughter and that sense of humor, rich, deep, and sincere, was a kind of music in itself, and his wisdom, always shared with humility, left an imprint on all who had the privilege to hear it. As we say goodbye today, we hold on to the legacy he leaves behind, the stories he told, the culture he preserved, the family he nurtured, and the love he gave so freely. That love lives on in us, in our words, our traditions, and our creative expressions, and in the way we care for one another. Clyde Eroster Toussaint may have left this physical world, but he is not gone. He is with us. In every note of music, in every beat of the drums we may hear today, every life lesson passed down, every quiet act of love, he is a part of the rhythm of our lives forever. And now I would like to say thank you. Thank you to him for being my grandfather. Without him, I wouldn't be standing here today. So I mean this literally from the bottom of my heart when I say thank you for everything. The next performance is Chris and Joseph. He ain't heavy, he is my brother. If he's here.
Greetings, everyone. I'm here chiefly on behalf of Lennox Toussaint, and he did call me a short while ago to alert me of the possibility that he would not be here, and asked that I let you all know that what I'm about to do is from him, and that it comes from the bottom of his heart, that he loved his brother dearly, and these words truly mean a lot. The road is long, with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I am strong, strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. The road is long, with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I am strong, strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. He'll get there. For I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. If I'm laden at all, I'm laden with sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled with the gladness of love for one another. It's a long, long road from which there is no return. While we're on our way to there, why not share the Lord? Doesn't weigh me down at all. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. He's my brother. He's my brother.
Thank you. We continue the transitional rites, and at this point, I am going to invite the drummers based on the Odu that guide us for the Adawale. And you all know that Baba Famoregun, Clyde, as you know him, he was a drummer. So, and then we are not going to forget, huh? Ifashegun, thank you. That's another name that he has. I know it's Famoregun, last name, but Ifashegun. Okay.
Egun wala wala mi so, egun wala wala.
Koiko kareleo, iguala wala miso, iguala wala miso, iguala wala mibo. Koiko kareleo, iguala wala miso, iguala wala miso, iguala wala mibo. Koiko kareleo, iguala wala miso. Mala miso, arira o ala mi bo. Koiko karele o, mala miso. Come on. Mala miso, mala mi bo. Koiko karele o, mala miso.
Please, you can take your seat. We continue the transitional rite. In the tradition that the deceased practice, Ifa, Orisha as a way of life, there is something we call Odu. Odu Ifa are information that speaks about everything in life. So Odu comes like the book of life and beyond. So I'm going to share with you some information from one Odu, maybe a number of Odu today. The Odu called Oyeku Oshe, Oyeku Pakoshe. Why am I sharing Oyeku Oshe? This essay from Oyeku Oshe talks about the energy called Iku, I-K-U. That is using the English alphabet to spell the esoteric language that is now called Yoruba. Iku is the energy that is behind transition. It was Iku that visited Famuregun, Ifashegun, that made him to be in this position. Iku is going to visit me. I'm just demanding that it should be after my centenary birthday. You are all invited. Iku is an Orisha the same way you know Ogun, you know Oshun, you know Oya. Iku is perceived to be the one killing one. But no, but what Iku is doing is to remind you, to remind me and all other creations, our time to transit. But what does Oyeku Oshe says about Iku? Oyeku Oshe says, tí ò bá sí ikú, ayé á dàbí ọ̀gọ̀dọ̀ omi tí ò ṣàn síwájú tí ò ṣàn sẹ́yìn. Tí ò bá sí ikú, ayé á máa rùn. Meaning, Iku, if there is no Iku, life will be like a stagnant water that is not going to the front and is not going back and will be smelling foul. Without Iku, all of us may not be here, because you can imagine if your grandparents on both sides are still alive, you have to take some roll call with some other cousin and nephew to see about them. Iku is that opportunity for the soul in the body to return in a better body. As we were all born, all of us sitting here, if I tell you how old is the clothes you have, probably you bought it last month. But the eyes you are carrying, the spine you are carrying, the liver is as old as you are. And at some point, those organs, those parts of the body, they will be weak. And another Oduifa talks about the spirit, the agreement between Emi and Ara. Emi is the body, is the soul, is the breath of life. The breath of life in me partner with the body that I'm carrying. The same way the breath of life partners with the body that the insect, the plant, the animal are carrying. The breath of life is divine. The breath of life is Olodumare. The breath of life is what you might call God, Yahweh, Allah, or whatever nomenclature. And when me and the body agrees, the agreement was that at some point, the breath of life will leave the body. The breath of life have left our brother, our grandfather, our friend's body. And the only thing that remains here is the body. And you know, once the breath of life leaves anybody, the body will start disintegrating unless certain measures are done. So it is our wish, it is our demand at K2CFA Institute that your breath of life will not leave now, that the partnership with your body will last longer. So Iku is actually a gift by the Creator. It is not only we human beings that transit. Plant die, animal die, insect die. So it is not wrongdoing or whatever anybody want to call it that cause one to transit. It is on everything that starts to end. So to that extent, I'm just giving you that background information to know that Famuregun has chosen a nature-based way of life. Ifa is not a religion, it's a complete way of life that speaks about everything beyond and within. So now we're going to proceed with a special rite where we are going to invite children or grandchildren if they want to. But essentially what we are going to do, we're going to give you cowries. Cowries are means of exchange. They are valuables. You can call them money. If you like, you can use the present day money, as some people do. The cowries are going to be given to you with some other item that we are going to use. What this means is what I'm going to explain, because the chant by my team will be raised in the esoteric language. But I will explain what it means. When we were all born, daughter, son, grandchildren, and even those in the family, daddy, grandpa, or whatever you want to call him, will have provided advice, some other valuables in so many ways. Will have put down money for pampers, for food, for drink, and send you to school. Now that daddy is now becoming a spirit being helpless on the other side, it is your duty, as daddy did for you while you were younger, while you were helpless, to appreciate dad for doing that, to appreciate grandpa for doing that. And that's why the cowries, as a means of exchange, is going to be put in this coffin that will travel with daddy. Some other items are going to use symbolically and will raise the chant. If nobody wants to come, it's not a problem. We can do it on your behalf, but we will appreciate if you also do. So the cowries are there to be given to you. You know, everything in life is value for value. I am sure we will not be in this hall if the value of this hall has not been exchanged for one sort of value. Could be a couple of hundreds or thousands of dollars. And that is what value means. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Ọmọ ẹrinwo ẹ̀yà. Wọ́n pé póró ẹlùmẹ̀ ẹlùmẹ̀ póró. Póró ẹlùmẹ̀ ẹlùmẹ̀ póró. Àmì làmàgbà níbẹ̀ o. Póró ẹlùmẹ̀ ẹlùmẹ̀ póró. Káfẹ̀fù tọ́lé ajé. Póró ẹlùmẹ̀ ẹlùmẹ̀ póró. Níbẹ̀ o. Póró ẹlùmẹ̀ ẹlùmẹ̀ póró. Káfọ̀sù tọ́lé ọmọ. Póró ẹlùmẹ̀ ẹlùmẹ̀ póró. Káfẹ̀ jíjó tọ́lé àìkú o. Póró ẹlùmẹ̀ ẹlùmẹ̀ póró. Póró ẹlùmẹ̀ ẹlùmẹ̀ póró. Ifáṣẹ́gun, Fàmúrégún, Ọlásìnbọ̀, Clyde, Eroster, àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ wọ́n sanwó ẹ̀fú o, wọ́n sanwó sù, wọ́n sanwó àdín, kó jẹ́ kọ́wọ́ kò jẹ́ wọn, kọ́ nẹ́ẹ̀kan dàgbà kan fọwọ́ pàwú, bọ́ àdọ́jọ́ kẹyìn kan rọmọ́ ṣerú ìrọwọ́ wọn. Ẹ sanwó ẹ̀fú, ẹ sanwó oṣù, ẹ sanwó àdín o. Ẹ sanwó ẹ̀fú, ẹ sanwó oṣù, ẹ sanwó àdín o. Ẹ sanwó ẹ̀fú, ẹ sanwó oṣù, ẹ sanwó àdín o. Ẹ sanwó ẹ̀fú, ẹ sanwó oṣù, ẹ sanwó àdín o. We are joining you to give thanks and show appreciation. You are paying for all the love, tender, loving care. Somebody said Clyde is not just a grandfather. He was a teacher, a storyteller, a mentor, a sharer, a giver. Such a person, such a soul, such a spirit, desire to be appreciated and gratitude to be shown. And some of us who are not even granddaughter or son, we know how selflessly he supported us in doing so many things. So this is an opportunity to do that. And essentially, that you are able to do this for your loved ones is also another way to demand that when it is your own time to transit, somebody, someone will be there to do the same for you. It is not everyone that will have this opportunity to have this for them. Some people die, they were forgotten in the room. By the time people are going to know they are there, they're almost getting disintegrated. It's not because they are poor. Some people, because of the wealth they have, they even die in such a way that nobody performed this for them. They fly in their private jet and the plane crash and they cannot even retrieve the body. So it's a special blessing. So I say congratulations to you again. And again, some of the special ingredients apart from the one you use are to establish that after the transition of your father, of your grandfather, of your uncle, or whoever he is to you, we have established and put this in place so that you have given Efun to the universe to open the house of wealth for you. You have given Osun to the universe for your energy to continuously be able to create, innovate, and give birth to blessings and fortune is enhanced. And also, you have also shut the door to premature death, premature transition at any point in time. Ashe. Wọ́n sọ wọ́ ẹ̀fú, wọ́n sọ wọ́ oṣù, wọ́n sọ wọ́ àdín. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we are still on at the transitional rites of Famurigun, Ifashegun, Clyde, Eroster. Like I was explaining earlier, Ifa is a tradition of truth. Ifa is a complete way of life. No wonder, I think sometimes in 2008 or 9, the United Nations says, oh, Ifa is an intangible heritage. And you can go and look at all it takes, what they consider before they accept any concept or any principle as an intangible heritage. We are not banking on that. We know Ifa is more than an intangible heritage because there's nothing in this realm that Ifa does not explain better than any other thing, any other source. So at this point, we are going towards the end of the rituals here before we proceed to the cemetery. So now we are going on farewell messages and words of gratitude. Please feel free to come forward. After that, we're going to have the viewing of the body, and then we do the closing of the coffin. Farewell messages and words of gratitude. Because of time, we have to leave here as soon as we can, but we are going to allow members of the public to come and give farewell messages and words of gratitude.
I'd like to say a pleasant good evening to each and every one. Greetings in the name of the Most High, Olodumare. I want to take this moment to say thanks to Olodumare for this Allah. You represent as my father. All who have seen me and know the journey with me and Baba. I's Baba, God's son, knockabout boy. He carry me all the prayers everywhere you see me. I just put Baba, As I grew up in Lakota, he put me on a path that responsible for where I'm today as a reggae artist, I remember this day where he invited me to my first shrine. That time was in Santa Cruz. And I was walking in the shrine wearing the same color. And an elder by the name of Erin Falan, he said, hey, that is taboo, you can't come in the shrine. Baba said, don't worry, that's a son, I want him on the right path. The energies guide me to guide this young man. And they said, you can't come in, you can't come in. And while they were saying that, there was a manifestation came on a woman. And she said, that is my child, let him come. And I removed my black shirt. And the energy told me to pursue music. I didn't know anything about music. And if I work, I would not see my way. But if I sing, I will get where I need to go and to continue to sing. And I am Black Loyalty today, the household name, because of Baba Yeye. So I want to say give thanks to Baba Yeye for that divine guidance. As an elder, he was a very clean-cut guy. Straightforward, straight to the point, no beat around. So they come straight with him, or you don't come at all, if you know Baba Yeye. A very giving person, a very loving person, but no nonsense guy. And I happened to pass the test. I had this one thing that he would have requested of me before he leave, He used to get his little cramps and he would say, bring a little spliff for me. Not much, because I'm done with these type of thing. A little spliff. And he would clean his fall, do his little songs, and I would be there with him. And while he cleaning up, me and him having conversations, history, guiding me through scenes, The last visit I had with him before I take a journey to France 5 months ago, he called me for some dashikis and stuff. He said I wanted to wear them thing with pride. I take my time because he's a stepper, And he said when you wear these clothes, I wanted to represent for me in this realm. So he was dropping hints on me all along, and I didn't really know what he's really saying. He keep telling me things, and luckily, I want to say, bless Olodumare for Baba Yeye Ifashegun. That is a chief, a warrior, a real general in my order. I one that stand up for rights. I one that would have laid his life to see the future correct. Not a scaredy man at all, So he touched me today in a divine way to know that he would have seen what my parents didn't see in me. Because I could have been a gunman today, I could have been a murderer. Baba Yeye, Baba Boye, he's one of the elders, know me from a long way too. So I want to say give thanks in so many ways to Olodumare, and may his transition be smooth and graceful to the drummers, Olumbe and the team. One love, give thanks. Abora Boye, Abo Shishio, Give thanks.
Thank you. We're still on for farewell messages and words of gratitude. We want to thank the drummers. I must tell you, they are one of the best around. So, Egbe Omoni Sheshe, for your next event, you can get them.
Pleasant good evening to each and everyone. It is indeed a day of celebration for Mr. Toussaint. I met Clyde over 50 plus years ago, and through that transaction, Kwanzaa were born. And indeed, he has been a great father, a great grandfather. He has been there for us time and time again, down to the last. He was humble, a humble person. And may the gods, as he say, continue to be with him until we see each other face to face someday. Thank you.
Please sit down. So we have another family member here who's going to read the farewell messages and gratitude from the family.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our entire family, I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for being here today to honor our beloved father, in my case, Uncle Clyde Eroster Toussaint. Your presence, your prayers, your kind words, and your shared memories have brought comfort to our hearts during this difficult time. It means so much to see how deeply he was loved, how widely he was respected, and how many lives he touched. Clyde lived a life rooted in love, faith, and service, and it is clear from all of you gathered here that his spirit will continue to live on in the stories we tell, in the lessons we carry, in the love we share. As we prepare to say goodbye, let us not leave with heavy hearts, but with gratitude for the time we had, for the wisdom he gave and the legacy he leaves behind in each of us. Thank you again for your support, your presence, and your love. May Clyde's spirit continue to bless and guide us all.
Please come, please. Yes, we'll take this last one.
Hi, good day. I'm Lisa, Mr. Clyde neighbor. Also, his daughter. He is my daughter godfather. Mr. Clyde has been our neighbor in our life for over 40 years from La Hocketa. I would go visit Mr. Clyde, and he would tell, just like how they say, tell you all kind of stories from his life in St. James as a little boy growing up. I know he liked the Camboulet, the Carnival, from Carnival Saturday night. He would leave and we wouldn't see him till Ash Wednesday again. And as they all say, Mr. Clyde was a no-nonsense man. He's very nice, a very loving person. I used to go, we'll talk, we'll laugh. He have a saying, he always say, when people are not doing the right thing, he say, don't worry, them only making up numbers. They just here to make numbers, And we really appreciate Mr. Clyde in our neighborhood, in my community, because from always, as I say, he historian, yes. When I had my children projects to do, I would go by Mr. Clyde. I would get all the information I need, whether it's from the book or from himself. He would tell me, he would give me pictures. When he would be with every morning, 5:30, you see Mr. Clyde go in. He then used to make joke, rain or sun. Mr. Clyde, Mr. Clyde, and Monsieur. He didn't used to go by much people, but Mr. Clyde was one of the person I'll always go have conversations with. We love you. We'll miss you on behalf of his goddaughter, Sasha, who couldn't be here today. We say thanks for being a part of our life.
Please go. I will not stop you once you have the hands raised up. So,
hi, my name is Vincent Victor, and I would just like to say to Clyde, I grew up with them in Pear Lane. We were all Saga boys, really. Lennox, Clyde, Herman, I would just like to say that on your transition, this is a new term for me, sir. May you be blessed and live in paradise, We came from way back in the 70s when it was Black Power, our fist raised. He was always part of us. I was a younger one, but may you be, and your family, may you all be blessed and happy transition, my brother.
Who no? Me and Clyde. Clyde has been my first everything. There is nothing that I wouldn't do for him. When there was a time I was facing difficulty, Clyde was here. I was in the US. My children were young. And I was going through something. And I sat down one day and I said, conversation with myself. I said, if I close my eyes tomorrow, would anybody notice that I'm gone? Would I be missed? That was a conversation I had in the privacy of my home, in my bedroom. The next morning, I got a call from my father. I said, hey, Tous. He said, hey, Queen. I said, what's going on? He said, I want you to know if you die tomorrow, I die with you. I will miss you. If you die tomorrow, I will go with you. I said, what are you talking about? Because this was a conversation with me by myself. How could he be answering me the next morning? He said, I heard you. I heard you cry. And if you go, I go. And everything will be all right. Whatever it is you're facing, I'll be there. My father bought a ticket and came up to New York and took over the responsibility. I helped him with my children for a while. I didn't have to ask. I didn't have to mention. We didn't argue. I was the one who was pushing him, interrogating him. And he's always been the one to protect me. My protection is not here. Who no. And all I could say is, the day before he passed, I said, I love you with my everything. It was his clearest day in the hospital because he wasn't talking to us. Who was going? He stopped talking. We couldn't make out the words that he was saying. When I came, I said, who are you talking to? He said, Naomi, Jalomi. I said, you see them? He said, yeah, they're right there. I said, so where you was? He said, oh, shucks, man, Kwanzaa. You disturbed me from traveling. right then and there. He told me what he knew, what I needed to know. So I knew there was no coming back. I told him the day before he died, I said, you're my everything. I love you. I said, you love me? He said, I love you more than anything. He said, I love you. And I'm fine with that. I'm at peace. It is well. Don't worry about me. It is well.
I want to assure you, your protector hasn't gone far. You just need to know how to reach on to your protector. He will always be your protector. We have all heard when I said Ifa Orisha that the transited one I've chosen is a nature base. You can see how he heard what she was saying to herself thousands of miles away. And our brother, the musician artist, also said what he experienced with him. So this is an integral aspect of what Ifa Orisha as a way of life is all about. So one of the rites we are going to do as we go on, maybe not today, we'll do some part of it, is how do we connect with our ancestors? But that is not what we are going to do today. But it's a way to tell you your protector is right beside you. So we're going to have some drumming, but before that, we are going to have the viewing of the body. The viewing of the body is also part of the rituals. And why the body is being viewed, we're going to continuously raise some chant, because when the coffin is closed there, please, unless family members said we are not going to open it again. When the coffin is closed in this room, please, family member, bear with me, because when we do that, we are not going to be opening it again. So take note of that. So, and while viewing is going on, the chant will go on. I would attempt to explain the meaning of the chant and what it means. However, I'm going to jump to start with what they say, the parting words from the officiating team. I'm jumping because I want you to soak it in. I want you to remember it. I want you to go away with it. Everybody, not only daughter, son, or grandchild alone, have spoken about so many things about the transited one. I have officiated a funeral rites where I have heard people saying completely opposite about the transited. It happens. So, and that takes me to what we call Iwa. Iwa is character. Iwa is attitude. Iwa is behavior. Iwa is your habit. It is what he has done, what he used to do, how he has behaved to him, to you, to me, to everyone that we are all hearing. What will people say about me if he could come calling tomorrow? What will people say about you if people come calling tomorrow? Yes, we all wish to live more, but we never know when it's going to be. So remember Iwa. Even in the West, they say your attitude determines your altitude. So your behavior may open some doors for you and may forever and ever shut some door against you. How is your Iwa? How is your behavior? It's not only your money, it's not what you believe in or where you go every Thursday or every Wednesday that will determine if people are going to talk great about you, but your Iwa. Iwa Luju. Some people may ask, oh, so what is Iwa Pele? That is another adjective qualifying Iwa, meaning having Iwa that is good, that is nice, that is cool. But Iwa is the real word. There is Iwa Bubu, there is Iwa Daradara, there is Iwa Pele. What is your Iwa like? Is it good or bad? Is it appropriate or otherwise? Don't forget that word, Iwa. So, Odun Baku, we're going to start viewing. And please, I would like us to do the viewing in a very orderly manner. We have been very orderly. We thank all of you for your patience. Now, the chant simply means it's more than that. It says, come and see him now. there will be no other opportunity to see this body. The only time you will feel or think you have an encounter with this body or this spirit may be in your dream, in your sleep, or somebody tells you, I dreamt of him, he said this to me. Or maybe if you go to your awo, your Iyanifa, your Iyalorisha, or maybe your priest says, oh, you have to go and do this for your father, for your mother. Don't forget, I mentioned it, ancestral veneration, ancestral rituals are universal. Please strengthen your own ancestor. If you are one of those who have been strengthening other ancestors at the expense of your own, well, you are on your own. I strengthen mine, and I am strengthened because I strengthen them. Oh, Digbere. So viewing in progress. Now or never. Darinoko. Ìpàdé dojú àlá. Odoko aláwo. Let us start from the back so that you can go and take your seat. If you want to view, please take your view and go back. Ìpàdé dojú àlá. Odoko aláwo. Ó dìgbére, ó dàrínàkò, ìpàdé dojú àlá, ó dòkò aláwo, ó dìgbére. Ìpàdé dojú àlá, ó dòkò aláwo. Ìfàṣẹ́gun ó dìgbére. Ọlá sì ń bọ̀ ó dàrínàkò. Eroster ìpàdé dojú àlá. Clyde odoko aláwo. Odigbere. Gbere means till a time we don't know, till infinity. Odarinoko means till a time that somebody says, is him? Maybe I saw somebody that looked like him. Odoju ala in your dream, in your sleep, in your revelation. Odoko alawo. When you go to meet those who can see where the head of the baby chick is in the egg of the baby chick. Ó dìgbére, ó dàrínàkò, ìpàdé dojú àlá, ó dòkò aláwo. Ẹ bá mi kí Fáṣẹ́gun pó dìgbére o, ó dìgbére. Ẹ kí Clyde pó dàrínàkò. Ó dàrínàkò. Eroster ìpàdé dojú àlá. Dojú àlá. Ọmọ Naomi ó dòkò aláwo. Ó dìgbére. Ṣòfẹ́ agbóhùn ẹ̀ síbi. Ó dàrínàkò. Ìpàdé dojú àlá, ó dòkò aláwo, ó dìgbére, ó dàrínàkò. Ìpàdé dojú àlá, ó dòkò aláwo. Please, ladies and gentlemen, kindly note that viewing is in progress. We have another 1 minute to complete viewing. Please catch the glimpse of the tender, loving, caring grandfather, father, uncle here before the coffin is closed. Otherwise, you have to wait to see him in your dream. in your sleep, or you have to wait until the Yalawo, the Babalawo tells you in a divination. And some pastors will also tell you, go and take care of your ancestors. So, jẹ́ kí n bèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn onílù bóyá wọ́n bá wa ń lọ sí. Okay, we want to thank each and every one of you. And I want to say to you another very short narrative from the Odu Ọ̀ràngún méjì. Ọ̀ràngún méjì, òfu méjì. Ifá ní méjì oṣù kìí lé. Adífáfẹ́ni tí wà yóò dùn lóyè. Abùfẹ́ni tí wà yóò fi joyè. Now, I have chosen Ọ̀ràngún méjì to explain about Ìwà again. Please. Erinwoya means please let us pay attention to why we are here. We are about rounding up. We thank all of you for your patience. Please let us suspend the side talk for now. Talking about Iwa, in Ọ̀ràngún méjì, Ifa says there is no two moon, there is no two sun. This is to give you an idea of how factual, how universally truth is message and information from Odu Ifa. No two sun. Please, if you would like to talk, you can please excuse us. No two sun, no two moon. They were the Awo that declared the far for Ọ̀ràngún méjì. Ọ̀ràngún méjì, let me simply put it as the leader of the Odu. Ọ̀ràngún méjì was their leader from the spirit realm. They journeyed to Aye. When they got to Aye, all the remaining Odu will go to Ọ̀ràngún méjì house to pay homage, to salute. And Ọ̀ràngún méjì used to feel, I am the leader. Yes, they have to come and pay homage, they have to come and salute me. Never asked others, how are you doing, how are children, how is family, how is work going on. They have to go, so they will go. And when they finish their meeting, they will all stop at the home of the last one, the youngest one of them, that the Odu call Ejogbe. And when they got to the house of Ejogbe, who is the youngest? Maybe the weakest, but is the youngest. Ejogbe will greet them, welcome them, and sit them down. Ejogbe will look for something, food or drink or snack to entertain. And they all doing that, first going to Ọ̀ràngún méjì as the leader, and later they have to stop and check on the youngest, Ejogbe. Then they just decided, the 14 of them, don't forget Ọ̀ràngún méjì is the eldest, who is the leader, and Ejogbe is the youngest. The 14 of them decided that, hello, let us think about this. Anytime we come here, we meet at our elder brother or sister sibling. We have our usual meeting. No human touch. This interpersonal thing is not there. No, not even water. Sometimes it is difficult for us to use the restroom. Let us choose another leader. Who do they choose? They chose Ejogbe. When they announced their decision to Ejogbe, Ejogbe said, no, I can't do that. That's our elder. I can't do that. They say, well, whether you want to do that or not, we have chosen you as our leader. And he said, well, if you are going to do that, I will just say, that's why when Ọ̀ràngún méjì come out, they will say, hey, pa, hey, pa, hey, pa, Odu, as a mark of respect, recognizing that he or she was their elder from the beginning. But because of what? Why did they drop Ọ̀ràngún méjì as their leader? Why did they adopt Ejogbe as their leader? What mommy, daddy, uncle, aunt, the door they cannot open for you, the door that money may not be able to open, your Iwa, your character, your deed, your attitude, your habit shall open it for you. So we have come to the end of viewing. And at this point, I'm going to please invite the representative of Belgroves. We would love to close the coffin. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, especially immediate family member, after closing here, there will be no more opening at the cemetery. Should we go ahead, Kwanzaa? God. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you. My ìwúre is that ọmọ rẹ̀ á ṣe légbè lẹ́yìn gbogbo wa o. Ọmọ rẹ̀ á ṣe légbè lẹ́yìn gbogbo wa o. ọmọ rẹ̀ á ṣe légbè lẹ́yìn gbogbo wa o. That means at our own time to answer the call of Iku, there will be a lot of people, children, grandchildren, adopted or otherwise, to perform the necessary rites at our own transition. Ashe. So we will now proceed. I think somebody will have to come and announce the cemetery where we are going to. So that is where we are going to now. The remainings of the rites will be done at the cemetery. Thank you.
Hey guys, so we'll be going to the Western Cemetery, okay?